Hello, everybody. Thanks for turning to another episode of Turn Up Iowa. I'm your host, John Turner, and joining me in studio live is a gentleman by the name of Tyler Hackenmiller. Tyler Hackenmiller is also known as T-Hack on the local radio stations. He does a mix show for two of the stations in Des Moines, and he basically came into the studio today to tell us his story of hard work and going for his dream and making it happen. So I'm really glad we did the show. He was a great guy, and without further ado, Tyler Hackenmiller. All right, thanks for joining, everybody. This is Turn Up Iowa. I'm joined today with a good friend of mine, Mr. Tony Romeo, and T-Hack, Tyler Hackenmiller, a DJ in Urbandale, Iowa currently. How you doing, my man?
I'm good. Good to be here.
Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, thanks
September
for having me.
8th, the first day of NFL football right now. It is.
20 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, you got your fantasy lineup set because it's a going. We got the Carolina Panthers and Denver Broncos tonight, I believe. Yeah, should be a good game. First game of the year. Everybody knows that I'm a Vikings fan, and it could be a very interesting season this year. With Sean Hill starts first game, I think, so far. Yeah, he's played for a long time. And then Sam Bradford was just picked up and probably will start the rest of the season if he doesn't start the first game. So, looking for yeah,
Wow, Sam Bradford.
Heisman Trophy winner. Yeah.
Who just dropped him then?
Well,
Because he was on what, the Lions or the no? That was
he was on the Eagles.
Yeah.
And
sorry.
no, you're good. And I was just saying you should put on But he was on the Eagles, and then the Vikings traded a first-round draft pick for next year for him, and then a possible.
For one season.
No, I mean, well, possibly. I mean, the idea is to get Teddy Bridgewater back. So we shall see.
Even when you talk, it's not that big of a.
Really?
Yeah, like it's way.
I don't know. Probably because I was talking on the side of it. So we got the football starting. Any thoughts on the Kaepernick protests? Have you been watching on that?
No, not really.
Jeez Louise. Tyler, you know what's going on with that?
Yeah, I know what's going on. No real thoughts, though, I'd say.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really.
I don't know how to think about it because, like, you think to yourself that he's a little right in both ways. The pigs thing is really funny. Like the sock.
That's probably where it goes over the line.
No, that's where I thought it was interesting.
Oh
The one
my
before
gosh.
that, I'm like, yeah, it's like, was he? Because then I saw a picture. Is both of his parents white?
Yes. He was
So
adopted.
okay, I was gonna say he had to have been. He had to. I didn't give that dog a kid if they're both his. But okay, so that's great. The white flavor that's in his parents are white.
Well, yeah. I mean,
that makes it even funnier. No, I didn't know that.
yeah, and he makes $14 million a year, and he is doing this during his job, but, I mean, it's freedom of speech. You know, you can't block it. And I think he protests for a reason that's a big issue.
For the socks because he wasn't wearing like a uniform.
I don't think so, because he wears them at practice and not during the game.
They can do that. Oh, it's just practice.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say this. I was gonna say they can fine you for that. I think you're supposed to wear their stuff.
Yeah. It's freedom of speech, so, I mean, you can't take it away from him. The only thing I would say is just that he changed it around a little bit, and he didn't even do anything during the national anthem. He just sat, and now he kneels because he pissed off the Army, I think, and military, and they just didn't want to see that. So, especially when there's people overseas fighting for him to have that right to speak freely. You know, it's kind of silly. So, so that's football. That's what's going on. It's September 8th. It's nice. We're joined today with Mr. Tyler Hackenmiller. He's a DJ at Hits 99.9.
Yeah, Hits 99.9.
Hits 99.9.
It's like that commercial. 999. I forget what it's for, but there's some 999.
And so you're also a DJ at Star 102.5 as
That's
well.
right. Yeah. Yep.
So, how does that work? You said it's all in the same building?
Yeah. So I work for the Des Moines Radio Group, and they own it's always changing. It's like 7 stations now.
Wow.
Like Laser 103.3 is us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ESPN is us. We just got that a few months, probably almost a year ago now.
Radio station for like an FM station?
Yeah,
What is the numbers?
1350.
1350. Yeah.
Yeah, 1350 ESPN, Laser, KIOA 93.3 KIOA, More 104. So
Nice.
all the heavy hitters.
Yeah, man.
All
Pretty
the
much
all the
every
successful
station.
ones in town.
Yeah.
That's us.
So they're all owned by the same broadcaster, not like they're just all in the same building. But they're all owned by the same person.
Yeah, the Des Moines Radio Group. So like the big umbrella company is Saga Communications, and they own clusters all over the country. And then the Des Moines Radio Group owns these ones. So it's all the same building, yeah.
Interesting.
So
Mhm.
like, what would be your number one competition? Like another radio group in Des Moines. I just don't know what.
So like we're separate from like iHeartRadio is like a different cluster, and then Cumulus is like a third cluster.
So, iHeartRadio, how do you listen to that? Because that's not FM, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, iHeartRadio is like Kiss FM.
Oh, okay.
I don't even.
Enemy.
I'm not even sure what else they have, but like that's iHeartRadio. So iHeartRadio is like
I didn't know that either.
that's more the national one, I guess. Like that's the national brand. So they'll have. I think they play like Elvis Duran in the morning show.
Yeah.
And so he's obviously like out of New York. So all of our morning shows we play are local. So
That's
like
cool.
Star, we have Ken, Colleen, and Kurt, and
Yeah.
like they're actually in studio in Des Moines. They
Right.
live in Des Moines. Same with like Laser, Morning Moose, and stuff. So that's the difference. I don't want to like tear down Kiss or anything. It's just different.
No, they're the enemy. No, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so they're like the only iHeart sponsor in Iowa.
Well, I'm sure iHeart has a cluster. Like most radio stations have clusters wherever they are. So the cluster is like the few, like we have 7-ish stations. They probably have 4 or 5. I'm not sure how many. I can't think off the top of my head what
For sure.
is iHeart, but
And then
I think Cumulus, like the bus. There's the bus, and then the beat is Cumulus. I think.
98.3 the bus, I think. Or
I think it's 98.3 the vibe.
Yeah,
That's
and then
Cumulus. I think.
103 the bus.
I think that's
It used to be
Cumulus too.
106.3, but then they switched to 103.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the same kind of thing. I'm just not sure exactly. Or iHeartRadio is like WHO
okay.
too.
Oh, okay.
So because we have AM and FM, so do they. So
Interesting.
Huh.
And so how long have you been there?
coming up, it's been like 3 years, like any day now. I don't know exactly what my anniversary is, but
And you said
it's about this time.
you just started with Star?
No, I first started working just a Saturday, noon to 6 at Star. And then,
That's where you first started.
That's where I first started,
Okay.
yeah. So in like March is when I started with Hits 99.9. So, I mean, it had been the mix show, because I talk on Star and then I DJ on Hits, and that the mix show had been in the works for like a year probably behind the scenes before it actually happened. So
And what would you do behind the scenes?
we'll just like trying to figure out how we're gonna do it, like convince them to let me do it, and,
Oh.
and all that kind of
Okay.
stuff. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay.
And then I do, and then I mean, speaking of behind the scenes, I do a bunch of other stuff during the day too, for different shows. Like I produce different shows. Like there's a couple shows on ESPN that I produce, so like I run the board for, and some of them I talk. Like I'm a quote unquote co-host.
Sweet.
So if you ever turn on ESPN and hear like
I didn't know we had an ESPN station.
yeah, and you hear like a real idiot, it's probably me.
Yeah, unless it's basketball. You said you like basketball.
I do like basketball, yeah. But now we're coming up. Well, baseball was a hard season for me to comment on, and now football doesn't get much better for me. But
yeah, for sure. Just
Yeah.
always support the Vikings, and you'll
Yeah,
always have a
exactly.
spot in my heart.
Yeah.
So
I do
I'll
like the
listen.
Vikings. If I had to choose one NFL team, it'd be Vikings.
That's right, baby.
Which it's not a bad team. I don't have any hate for the team. It sucks to be a Vikings fan.
Yeah, dude.
They've had a rough couple of years since I've been alive.
Since you've been alive, yeah. They've been to 4 Super Bowls and haven't won one.
Yeah, I know.
It's rough. So producing, besides, you said that's just running the board. What else does that entail?
Yeah, so a lot of times with these shows, like the host will just be the host, and then there's somebody behind kind of running the board. So like turning their mic on, playing the commercials, or recording it, or getting like the intro music, the bed, and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So just a lot of behind the scenes grunt work, I guess.
It's like your mics go down, right?
And you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
turn
like
them
turn the
off,
mic
or-
off.
So you
and-
have to be like, hey, we're going to get ready to go back on.
yeah,
You got to tell them that.
yeah. Oh, we're good. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Or count them down
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah.
So like every time it goes to commercial, you're doing a countdown afterwards.
Yeah,
Just-
exactly.
yeah,
Or
it's
so
cool.
I'll hit the commercial to make it play too, and
Mhm,
that kind
yeah.
of stuff. Yeah. So
So
I push the button, like basically.
Keep it moving.
That's what Tony's going to be trained to do soon.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna be on the mixer here soon.
yeah,
He's gonna. What's it called? You're gonna promote me?
sure. It'll be a lateral move. No pay raise. So when did you decide that you wanted to like take the jump into being a radio DJ?
I started working, or I started doing radio when I was in like 8th grade. One of my buddies, his dad owned a station in I'm from Burlington, and he had kind of a rare situation. Like I said, most stations are part of a cluster, but this one, his dad owned a single radio station.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, in Burlington.
So did he like buy the antenna and everything?
Yeah,
That wow.
Yeah, so it was KCPS in Burlington, and
Say that KCPS.
KCPS, yeah, the voice of the people.
The voice of the
So
people.
every once in a while, his dad,
John would love that.
Mm.
his dad did the morning show just by himself, and like it's really cool. He would just get the paper every day and go in and kind of read the paper
Yeah.
and like comment on it in
Yeah.
like a snarky way, and people would call in and comment, and like it was real local.
Whoa.
And it was like he'd have the same callers all the time and stuff. But sometimes he'd go out on vacation, and so he'd let his son
That's almost
like
like
fill in, and I would just go with him because I wanted to do it. So we would fill in. I was like 13 or 14, just doing a morning show like before school,
Yeah.
like before junior high.
it's almost
So-
like a
That's awesome.
podcast.
yeah,
Him reading the newspaper and giving his opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's like the
on a
very.
station. Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
the very first podcast.
well, and this is exactly. This was before, because this would have been that was like 12ish years ago.
Mhm.
So.
Mhm.
So that's where I kind of started, and then I did work at the actual cluster of stations in Burlington for a while. So for a long time I ran the board for Burlington Bees games, which is a minor league team there. It's a single A team.
Baseball.
Yeah, baseball. So you just
Sorry.
press the buttons. I press a lot of buttons, like so I've gotten pretty good at it.
So you like an audiophile kind of? Like, are you really picky with the audio? And
No, because I think like for sometimes when you're in radio so long, it kind of like especially in live radio, you just have to make it work.
Right.
So you're just like good, or
Yeah.
you're like
I can
fine,
hear
it's
it.
fine. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Because it's more of a pressure
Right.
situation. Of
Can't
like,
have dead air. Isn't there
Right.
like FCC regulations for having dead air?
yeah, you can't have dead
Wow.
air. Yeah, you can
for
get-
like more than 3 seconds. Or
Yeah, you
something
can get
like
in
that.
trouble. So we have like sirens or alarms at the station. So if they're triggered to the station. So if they go off air, an alarm will start sounding, and people like run around to try to figure out what's wrong. So I remember being
That would be so cool to witness. We should videotape that. There's got to be one on YouTube.
yeah.
There's gotta
So-
be.
Of a station going down for
Yeah.
more than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So what would cause that to go off the air for 3?
It can be a lot of things. Like sometimes a tower goes down or something like that. Or sometimes it's as simple as, so like the radio screen. I mean, now everything's digital. So it used to actually be obviously like records. Like you'd have to put one on and put the next one on, or tape, or and then
Yeah,
through and through.
way old school.
So now
Mhm.
like it's pretty much, it looks like an iTunes playlist kind of thing. It's all digital on the screen. So, but you can take it so it stays in auto. So it'll just play the next element like forever, and
Next
you can talk
track
and
on
whatever.
the-
But you can put it in manual, so it'll just play one and then stop. So sometimes like that gets hit. on
Why would
accident.
somebody do that though?
If you're gonna talk?
Oh,
So if you're gonna talk, or you need to like make an announcement or something, just all sorts. Or like what would happen a lot when I was doing the bees games, is because they'd be
the bees game. That's
Yeah.
just funny. What a
they'd
name.
be doing the play-by-play, and I'd go to the bathroom, and then they'd have a pitching change,
Oh,
and they'd be like, all right, we got a pitching change, and the guy would just stop like talking because he would think like, oh, the guy knows we're going back, and I'd be like in the bathroom.
What are you doing? I'm gonna kill
I'm trying
you.
to find it.
He's trying to find a video of a station going
There
off here.
isn't. Like, no one videotapes that. That would be something really cool to witness, though.
Do you listen to any podcasts?
I do, yeah. I'm actually a big podcast
I
like
was
guy.
gonna say Joey Diaz and Joe Rogan are probably my two top
Yeah, yeah.
twos that I listen to. At work
Yeah, I
all
like
day.
Joe. My number one is Adam Carolla show.
Yeah, he's very good.
He's
too.
real big.
Mhm.
And
He's probably the pioneer of podcasters.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
started it all.
Who is it?
Adam Carolla,
How would I know him?
he's from the,
The
Man Show with
um,
Jimmy Kimmel.
His newest show. That
He was on
recently
Catch a
is
Contractor.
Catch a Contractor
on Spike.
yep. Mhm.
Oh.
You would
Oh,
recognize
yeah,
him,
yeah, yeah.
and
No, I
because
like
he's
him a
been
lot.
around for
I didn't
a
know
very
he had a
long time.
podcast. I
Yeah.
just thought he had,
Mhm.
like, shows.
Well, he did.
other
He
than the
he
video.
started off doing Loveline with Dr. Drew.
Yeah,
It was
that was on the
and he-
radio,
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah,
Mhm.
and he was on MTV and stuff for a while. So
Mhm.
and now he does. And then Adam and Dr. Drew do a show now. It's called the Adam and Dr. Drew Show. So it's like Loveline,
Huh.
but it's a podcast. So I listen to that. Brilliant Idiots. I listen. That's like Charlemagne from New York City, from Power
Nice.
105, and Andrew Schultz, who's a comedian. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I've been I've been trying to focus my listening skills for like more knowledgeable stuff because as I've sat and listened to like 6 hours of Joe Rogan, I'm like, man, I could listen to something and actually make myself smarter,
Yeah.
and not just listen to something for entertainment. Sometimes,
I like
Oh,
his.
yeah,
I
it's
like his
great.
a lot.
but like I've been trying to listen to like World War II
Yeah.
and
The funny
Egyptian
thing is
history
that
and
I've
stuff.
never really listened to any other ones on a regular basis or more than like one or two
Mhm.
ever. It's always just been I
Joe
should
Rogan.
listen to other people's and just see.
Mark Maron has a pretty good one.
Yeah, I listen to Marin every once in a while.
Yeah, there's a lot of good podcasts, and Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz are probably just my top two, and that's just. I was just saying that because he's trying to look up a video like young Jamie would on Joe Rogan. So, but
See, that's like the producer. So I would do for a radio show. I'd do something like that if
For
they're
sure.
talking and they're like, "Oh, what was that guy's name?" I'd like
yeah,
Google it. Yeah. So
nice. Yeah,
that-
so that's
yeah.
cool. Yeah, like Lee Syatt, Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
So, you grew up in Burlington.
hmm
Yep, and then your family growing up. Did they kind of like support radio, or was there anybody that like influenced you to start doing that? Because you started at a pretty young age.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, yeah. My parents were always real supportive of it. I mean, they didn't do it themselves or anything. I'm not from a radio family. I don't really know why. I thought it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I guess like I know we visited like field trips at a radio station once or twice, or you get selected to do like a commercial for your school or something.
That's cool.
And I always thought it was cool,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't honestly remember it specifically like triggering
Yeah.
a thing. I just wanted to do it, and I filled in with my friend a couple times during the morning show and taking calls and stuff, and I just liked it.
And how old were you when you did that?
You're
Again?
like 13 or 14.
Taking
awesome.
phone calls.
Yeah, on live radio. I
Could you
remember we
imagine them saying something like the kids don't know.
You're right, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
well we got yelled at, I know, because we played Kanye West. We played a Kanye West song, and it was not. This is old. It was like College Dropout probably
Yep.
back then.
Yep, that's my favorite CD.
And it's like an oldie station, so it was funny. And I remember like,
you guys could do that. That's awesome. That you can
Yeah.
like change the music.
yeah, so we had well, for this one, because it was his dad's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he owned it. They
Yeah.
could do whatever they wanted.
Exactly.
God, that's so awesome.
So
You just
yeah,
go in there and tear it up.
our English teacher called in, and like she recognized us, and she's like, "You boys are doing great."
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, it was fun.
That's awesome.
So because we were, his dad's name is Chip, but his on-air name is Frank. Or no, I'm sorry, his on-air name is Fred. And so then when we went in, we were Fred Jr. and Ted. So we were Fred and Ted. And like people were like, "Who is Fred and Ted?" But like our teacher recognized us.
That's
And
awesome.
So
That's
yeah,
great.
Man, yeah. So it was just meant to be. You
I
just,
guess, yeah.
Fell into it. and-
yeah. So I did it all through high school, all through college, and went to school for it, I guess, technically. But
Did you have like a radio idol? I mean, then since you weren't influenced by it, you just said you fell into it, but was there like a radio personality that you would maybe try to mimic? Or I just laugh because of Casey Kasem and the way that goofy guy talks and stuff. And, hey everybody, this is Casey Kasem.
that's pretty good, actually. I don't know, not particularly. I mean, like later on, I started to get more into DJs and stuff, like DJ Ski and other personalities, like now Adam Carolla and
And do you think you
this
like-
is gonna actually for a long time. I was the guy in high school. Nobody would want to ride with me because I'd always listen to talk radio. 'Cause
Okay.
I loved it. So
Yeah.
like in high school, I'd listen to Rush Limbaugh all the time, and like so that obviously has like a connotation to it.
Mhm.
But I guess.
That's funny.
Ru-
I was kind of the same way. I'd listen to like Man Cow, Bob and Tom in the morning.
Oh yeah, Bob and Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
They just ended, didn't they? Or
I don't know.
They're
I haven't
not
stayed up on them.
on the air anymore.
I thought they were almost done. Oh, maybe one guy stopped, like Bob or somebody.
Mm.
So now
And
it's
then,
just,
I really like Dennis Miller too.
yeah. Mhm.
So yeah,
Cool.
that's a long time ago actually. Like the more I'm reliving all
And
this,
I guess I was just asking because like I was wondering if like Howard Stern was an influence for you, or
kind of. I mean,
I feel like that's kind of cliche. Just
yeah,
because
I never
everybody's
really
like,
had
"Oh,
XM either growing up.
right.
So
Mhm.
I kind of be lying. I mean, you got like I respect him and I like him and everything, but
Mhm.
yeah, it is kind of cliche.
Right.
But
Mhm.
I can't really honestly say he influenced me.
Mhm. Well, that's cool.
Besides,
Was there ever a TV show that he did, or was it a movie that he did?
He did
'Cause I
Private
don't know him
Parts.
from radio,
Mhm.
but I know him from. Some...
He did a movie called Private Parts.
Okay.
It was pretty funny.
It probably was that I'm because I'm like I don't remember him ever.
Well, and he had a
doing
show
podcasts.
on E. His show was on E.
Yeah.
Like, well, it was his radio show
and he
on
had
E.
But they
he's a
videotaped it,
judge
right?
on America's Got Talent or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's a judge.
The X.
X
No,
Factor.
maybe it is.
I don't know
America's
which
Got
one.
Talent. AGT, I think he calls it. So
Yeah. So
yeah, that's cliche.
it's not a bad one though. I mean, he's
No.
worth idolizing.
Yeah, and I mean, he just pioneered the freedom of speech and
Right.
kind of stuff like that on the radio. So, well, that's cool. So do you think you more like? So you liked to listen to talk radio?
Mhm.
Is that what you would like want to do with radio, or do you like to do the mixing music on the radio? Or
So I knew I wanted to do radio, just work in radio, and I like talk radio. I liked being a jock, like talking in between songs and stuff.
yeah, that's got to be
So-
awesome to just know that you're on the radio and people are hearing you in between songs. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty weird because nobody ever recognizes me. Like nobody knows what I look like, so
Mhm.
it's kind of weird. Like I've been in places where they're playing either me or at least the station, and
It's
stuff.
like a commercial or something.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird, but
That is weird.
I don't know, because you always want to say something like,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
me, but then it's like, that's so douchey.
Right.
So,
And they'd be like, I don't believe you.
yeah, exactly.
Prove it.
So,
Yeah, that's funny.
but I graduated college and I got a job as a news director, which was in radio. So I was just happy because I got it. You get it. You're looking for a job. You'll just take anything. But news.
Where'd you go to college?
Central College
Central
in Pella.
College,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, well, I went to Central College. Then I went to community college. Then I went to Iowa for a year. Then I went back to Central College. So I always say I don't regret the path I took, but I don't recommend it either. Like, it's
Yeah.
pretty inefficient. But I did
Student loans
graduate
are
in
probably
4 years.
all over the place.
Yeah. So, because I coming out of high school, I was gonna play basketball at Central, and I did, and then I didn't. So I went to Iowa, and then I was like, I want to play basketball again, and came back and
What position did you play?
shooting guard.
Nice.
So my senior year, I led the state. Now back to being douchey. I led the state in free throw percentage.
At
My senior year.
what high
at
school?
Burlington, Notre Dame.
Burlington, Notre Dame.
That's
what was
right.
your percentage?
It was like 94, 96 or something. I
Jeez.
missed two. I missed two all year.
Wow.
I remember
How
that.
many do you remember? Well,
Uh,
if you knew that.
Yeah,
know the
you can.
percentage.
All the math people can figure it out. I don't remember how many,
That's awesome.
but yeah. So I graduated college and took that job as the news director, and I worked it for a week before I found out. Like my whole senior year, I had just been applying to like all my dream jobs basically. So I applied to like Radio Disney and ESPN, like the real ESPN, the mothership.
Where is that again?
It's in Bristol, Connecticut.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bristol, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in, now I'm drawing a blank, but somewhere in Connecticut. Yeah.
You need anything?
Oh no, I'm
Water.
good.
Okay, cool.
This
guy's a soldier.
So I'd just been applying all over and wasn't hearing back. And one of the people I'd watched on YouTube was a guy named DJ Ski, and he had a whole like production kind of radio station. His place was called the Ski Lodge, and he would have people come in and they do interviews, kind of like. And he was on Kiss FM in Los Angeles, and he's on Hip Hop Nation on Sirius XM. And so I had like just found any email I could, like, hey, I'll come intern for you, I'll do whatever. I don't even know if they'd take interns or whatever. And I just never heard back, but I just about like once a week would just email like all these people. And so I got the job as a news director, and then I got an email back, and I was miserable as the news director. And I got an email back from Ski, and it was like his assistant, and they were like, hey, like you can come, but it's not paid, and we don't really like want people to come because we don't pay you, and we don't want to be responsible for you like ruining your life to come here. And I was like, I don't care, like I'll come. I said, like, you can use this email as proof that like I won't hold anything against you. Like, you can send me home anytime. I just want to quit this job. Basically.
Gotcha. And that was in LA.
In LA, yeah, in Hollywood.
What
So
was that? You were there then?
yeah, I was the news director in Iowa still right after college, and then that was in LA, in Hollywood.
So he was asking for a free internship just to get out.
Yeah, so I quit. I mean, salary, benefits, all that, and I quit to go take a full or a free internship. Yeah, so
Wow. And how long did they let you do that for?
I mean, I could still be working there for free. I'm sure. Like,
True, yeah.
Yeah. I did it for like 3 months.
What kind of stuff would they have you do? Was it like bitch work? Or
Yeah.
like...
So when I first showed up, I spent the whole day kind of like cleaning and taking out the trash and doing just kind of all that. So,
do you think it was almost like, let's see if this guy's for real, and we're
I
gonna
don't-
make him do a bunch of bad shit?
It's hard to explain. It was more like, because at the time, Ski, he had a radio like station, and he had a studio that he would record his shows for Kiss FM and for Sirius XM just out of there. And then he had recording studios in the basement where people would actually like record albums and that stuff. And then
The guy's an entrepreneur.
yeah, exactly. And then he had a video department too. So like whenever he would bring in like an artist to do an interview, they do the radio interview and have the video crew like there to put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So like he was real like
We're gonna get to that point one day, and
exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna have cameras and all that stuff.
So it's like so there's just a ton of stuff, and I just showed up like in the middle of it, and at this time all I wanted to do was radio, and I knew he did radio. So you kind of take your time, like just hang out and stay out of the way, and like figure out who does what and who you need to talk to and stuff. And I started to figure out that everybody there, or like the majority of people there, either wanted to do video, like in the video department, or they were from LARS, the Los Angeles Recording School. I think it's LARS. And they wanted to be engineers.
Okay. Audio engineers.
Yeah, audio engineers for like recording studios.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to do radio. Like
Weird.
not a single person. They're like, oh, like that's just part of it. And so I kind of just like took over the radio part because I was the only one who wanted to do it. And they were like, oh yeah, you can do it. So
And were the other people focusing on video? Were they paid? Or...
no, there's probably like 30 people there every day, and I think like 6 were paid like full-time employees.
Wow.
So it was a lot of them were still students. And then there were a couple who were like older than me. But at the time, a lot of the video people had their own kind of freelance stuff on the side, and this like gave them credibility
Right.
to do that. So, yeah, so I started to do radio with Ski, and it was cool, like, because you just never knew what was going to happen. Like, every day, somebody different would come through, or there'd just be buzzing, like, hey, we got to get this and this ready because, like, Kid Ink is coming today.
Mm-hmm.
And Kid Ink would come, and then, like, Ace Hood came one day with, like, and these people, I mean, it's just, like, they'd come with their whole crew and everything, and it's crazy. Like, Ace Hood was giving out styrofoam cups, that had like his album name printed on them and stuff, and like
Weird.
I still have one. Like it's like on display in
Nice.
my house. Yeah. So it was cool. Like you never knew. Like one day I remember we were hanging out, and then word started to spread. They were like, tonight DJ Ski is interviewing 2 Chainz, but he's doing it for like, I think it was for Boost Mobile or some like, it was some sponsored thing. We had to go meet 2 Chainz like on Hollywood Boulevard somewhere. And we had to stay real late was the thing. And I almost didn't stay because I was like, it was going to be until midnight or something. I was like, I was living with my cousins who live out there, and they live like an hour away. So I was driving an hour in, an hour back. I almost didn't stay, and then I was like, what am I doing? Like, I have to stay. So
2 Chainz.
Yeah, so we met at some diner, and we waited forever for 2 Chainz, and 2 Chainz finally pulled up. And this was right after he got his chain stolen. I don't know if you remember that. Like a few years ago, he got robbed for his chain.
Yep.
This is like right after that. So he pulled up in a Mercedes like van with just like 6 huge dudes surrounding him. Like you couldn't get close to him or anything.
Wow.
And he did the interview real quick with Ski and kind of said what's up to everyone, and then just
Was
left.
gone.
Yeah, was gone.
Wow, I don't even remember that story. he got
Yeah,
his
remember-
chain robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he got both of them or just one. I don't know if he was one chain or.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah, so
I
that
didn't
was
even know
cool.
that. That's
Yeah, so it was
funny.
just like every day. Like
Who's gonna drop
Did you
in?
hear,
Yeah.
Drake just had $2 million worth of chains gotten stolen out of his RV or his
Yeah.
bus.
Well, what kind of
$2
asshole walks around with $2
million
million worth of diamonds in his RV?
In
What an
RV.
idiot! He deserves that. Idiot. That's stupid.
$2 million.
No, that's dumb. What an idiot.
Oh, it's insured.
Yeah, exactly. That's dumb.
I would have had.
Who even complains about that? Oh man, somebody
Yeah.
stole $2 million worth of diamonds out of my RV. Well, why'd you have it in there?
Insurance.
Maybe. Chris Brown is in deep shit.
What happened
He had got in trouble for like, I want to say
He allegedly threatened a girl with a gun.
Oh, yeah.
then? What?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it was
Dude,
real
cops
sketchy.
Were
Before,
at his
right?
house for like 9 hours.
He hit somebody before, right?
Rihanna.
Huh?
He beat the shit
hit
out of
her,
Rihanna.
right? Yeah.
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 But
And now he fucking almost kills a bitch.
well, allegedly, and
Why did you guys keep
it's
saying lies
around.
on it?
Well, because it's what she said, and
I mean, how do you prove someone like pulled a gun?
yeah,
Like
and
he didn't like shoot. He didn't even shoot. Or she didn't even claim he
Did hit her or
shot.
anything?
No.
No, it supposedly there was a bunch of like jewelry out and about, and the girls came up and like rushed the jewelry, and then he kicked them out of his house. It was like, you
Mhm.
need to get out of here, and who knows. And then police were at his house for 9
Well, they
hours.
wouldn't leave.
Yeah, and
Because
then,
they were-
oh
and then-
yeah, they wanted him to sign a NDA, non-disclosure.
Yeah,
NDA,
I think so, and they wouldn't.
and they wouldn't
I don't know,
What's that
because they,
non-disclosure?
so
Just
you
not gonna
can't
talk
say
about it.
anything. Yeah, you can't talk about
Yeah.
anything, or they'll sue you. So they stole her phone, and then they wouldn't give it back to her because she didn't sign the NDA, and then all that happened, and
Wow.
yeah, so
Yeah.
Crazy.
craziness.
So-
Allegedly.
Did Chris
Oh.
Brown ever roll through?
No, he didn't.
Crazy.
I'm trying to think now who else.
Beat Rihanna in
Iggy Azalea came, but this would have been 2013. This was like right before she blew up, and I didn't know who she was.
Before like Fancy and whatever
Yeah.
that song is.
Yeah, so I remember coming in one day and all the girls who were there.
that.
Iggy Azalea?
Oh no, I didn't hear the name.
Yeah, all the girls were going crazy. They were like, Iggy Azalea. And I saw her and it was like, oh, I don't.
Performed at not the VMAs, the Grammys,
Did she?
I think. And she.
I think you're thinking of
Adele.
Adele. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, you're done. I'm pretty sure you're thinking of Adele.
And bam, it auto-populates immediately.
Anyways. So Iggy
Yeah.
Azalea, some celebrities are rolling through, but you're
Mhm.
not getting paid.
Right, yeah. So
What
I'm
was
just.
that like.
It was tough. Luckily, I mean,
and you're in one of the most expensive, probably is
Yeah,
New York
probably.
maybe more expensive?
I don't know.
we'll say
It's
maybe
close.
top.
San
Yeah.
Francisco's the most expensive place.
Really? Yeah, so you're in like the most expensive place in the country,
Yeah,
And you're
I
not
wasn't
getting
getting
paid.
I was lucky. I got
Were
to
you
stay
working
with my cousins but-
part time at
No.
another place.
No, so but it worked out well because I worked.
I didn't mean to cut you guys this off, but did you see the Grammys? Did you see that music video by Kanye West?
The Fade one? Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, is he singing in it, or did he produce it? Because he goes, "This is my new video," and then this came on. It was at the Grammys. I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep hitting.
No,
It's my fault.
I think Fade is his song, and so that's the
Is
video.
he singing though, or what do you mean by his song?
I think I don't know if he produced it or not. Yeah, I think.
So it's like, what did he do? Did he make the? Did he produce the beat? Did he like direct it? Like, I don't know, because none of it sounds like him.
Yeah, I think he directed the video.
Yeah.
I think.
Just softcore
That
porn.
guy.
Just softcore porn. It's so great. So, the night we were moving my mom was the night that this was shown on like the Grammys or whatever.
And everybody listening, we're watching this video that Kanye West directed or produced or something, and it's some chick in some workout gear. She's ripped.
bra and panties.
Brown panties.
Yeah. And they're of like a high G-string thong.
And she's just dancing around. The guy just can't get enough attention.
Right?
All right, turn it up.
Isn't that crazy? So this
Kanye
is on
West.
TV.
And it's that was at the Grammys with
Yes.
Adele and it.
Yes. Yes. How crazy is that?
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah. So,
Well, I was gonna say so.
yeah.
like,
Sorry, you were talking about your.
Yeah, so when I was out there is when I was first like exposed to like real DJs who would like actually mix. Because before I just done radio, like talked on radio and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first time like being around DJs who were playing gigs, and they do like their Sirius XM show live from LA. It was real cool. They had like a DJ room, and then all of a sudden when it was time, like the sound would come in from Sirius. It'd just be like, "No, look, live from LA, it's DJ Ski," and then they'd have to start like it was live. So it was really cool, and they'd just like bump in and be a party like in the whole place. It just like, we're live, like we're DJing, like
That's awesome.
exactly what they want you to think it is was what it was. Like they were really in there, like live from LA. And so that just being around that, I knew like, okay, that's the other part. Like I want to do that because then it pairs perfect with radio. I was like, so I need to like learn how to do that. So I got, bugged people to teach me how to DJ basically. And then I ran out of money and had to leave, and so I came back to Iowa, and I knew I was like, well, now I know what I want to do. I have to be a DJ.
Yeah,
and
you've seen the big picture over there.
Yeah. And so I came back and I bought DJ gear, or my parents bought DJ gear for me because I didn't have any money. So
Nice.
And then I got a job at like a little sporting goods store to support myself, and like
In Burlington? Or
no, this was in Pella.
Pella.
I moved back to Pella because I was dating my now wife at the time we were dating, and she was still in school in Pella.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of just, I came back, I had no job or no anything, so I was like, well, I'll just move to Pella, like be with you. And so I got an apartment and stuff. Started working and then started DJing there's like 2 bars in Pella, and I started DJing at one of them. And it was terrible. It was like a country bar. And I'm forever thankful it's my first start and yada, yada, yada. But like, it was terrible.
Were you just playing songs?
Yeah.
Or you weren't mixing country songs? I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah. Well, and I first started off like, you have such high hopes because you're like, oh, I can just play my iPod and the party will be awesome. And then you don't realize like people hate what's on your iPod. Like they don't want to hear that crazy like Pop Lock and Drop It remix with Lil Bow Wow on it that you think is like so rare. Like they don't want that. Like they'll, so it was a learning curve like anything. So I started doing that and working at the sporting goods store, and I was still like passing my resume around and stuff to try to be on the radio. And I heard back from Star 102.5 in Des Moines, and they're like, we're looking for a guy to do Saturdays noon to 6. I went in and interviewed, and so they hired me. So I told the sporting goods store, like I can work any day. Like I'll work however many hours a week. I just can't work Saturdays because I have the radio show in Des Moines. And they said, like everybody has to work 2 Saturdays a month. Like that's the policy. and so I had to quit.
Oh my God.
So
You're asking for 6 hours out of the week.
yeah,
Oh, nope, that's policy.
yeah. So
Jeez.
so at this point,
Retail.
I was
Right. Yeah, I can speak to that too.
so I was getting like 2, maybe 3 DJ gigs a month at this place for like $100 a night.
At Star?
No, the
at
the
the country.
gigs,
Yeah,
like
okay.
the country bar. And then I was working 6 hours a week, and so I quit, and it was like that's all I did because it's like I have to do radio, I have to do DJing. You know, I'm not gonna sacrifice that to sell shoes.
Right.
And then it just slowly but surely like started to grow from there, pretty much. So it was like real tough for a while.
Yeah, you
I
were
was
grinding.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
real broke. So
That's
and
tough,
and just
man.
living in Pella, like trying to become like a hip hop DJ in Pella, Iowa.
Yeah,
it's
where
probably
they won't
like-
even let Walmart be blue.
Yeah, the Walmart screen.
In
It
Pella.
literally, it's probably like one of the worst places to try to become a hip hop DJ.
Yeah.
But
You're at a place where everybody has 2 left feet and you're trying to play hip hop
Yeah.
and get people to dance and jump up and down.
yeah, so
That's funny, dude. And then so 6 hours slowly became 12 hours or
Yeah, so
full time, or did they start to just
well, so then the more you're there, so 6 hours. So I was turning in my timesheets with 12 hours on them. You know, like every 2 weeks you get 12 hours, and then every once in a while you get to fill in for somebody during the week, like 10 to 3, or you do the drive shift from 3 to 8 or whatever. And it just slowly kind of started getting more and more, and then they were looking for. There's a business show that's on the air every day that they were looking for a new producer because a guy who was going to leave. And at this time I was still living in Pella, so I was commuting this whole time back and forth, like
40 miles?
45 minutes about. So they said they offered me the job, but it was only like an hour a day, Monday through Friday. So with the driving and stuff, it's like that doesn't really make sense, but I have to take it. Like I've been bugging them for a year and a half for more hours. So I convinced. This is right at the time where Star used to play Carson Daly. No, not Carson Daly. They still play Carson Daly on the weekends. They used to play Billy Bush from 8 to midnight, but they had just dropped Billy Bush. And I'm not exactly sure why, but so I went to the program director and I was like, I'm going to do this. Let me do the night shift. Like it's open. I'll do it. I'll like while I'm here and stuff. And so they let me. So then it just went from there. Yeah.
Nice.
So now I'm on midnight or 8 to midnight weeknights, and then Saturdays noon to 6 still.
You better hurry, dude. No, that's awesome. So, yeah, that's tough. It's like you were really faced with decisions to either pack it up and quit, or that. I mean, it worked out, but
Yeah.
1 hour a week. That's tough to, like you said, it's an
1 hour a
opportunity-
day, but
or
yeah,
1
yeah.
hour a day. Sorry, yeah. But yeah, too. You made it happen, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I don't know. It sounds real crazy and everything, but at the time, I wasn't married or any. I'm pretty cheap to keep alive and stuff, so it seemed like a no-brainer. Like keep working at this sporting goods store, or like have the best career in the world. I was like, well, I'm gonna do that. I didn't see it as like, because I was making no money working at the sporting goods store either, so
right.
like no real money.
Mhm.
So I might as well try it.
Minimum
Yeah.
wage or whatever.
And it's just slowly like grown from there. Yeah.
For sure. Wow. I couldn't imagine just working for free. Like, I mean, in school, that's one thing.
Oh, no, I couldn't either. Like, Leah said she wanted to do an internship
Mm-hmm.
over the summer, and she ended up getting one. She ended up doing enterprise rent a car, but it was a paid internship. I couldn't imagine, like you're saying, like, I know in bigger cities, it's like kind of, I don't want to say mandatory thing, but a lot of places do it in bigger cities, like big companies.
Well, like he said, his
mortgage
company had
offices were-
24, like, free paid
Yeah.
interns.
Crazy.
Mhm.
I didn't even think about that. 24 of them.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, and because this was unique because it was such a, like, with the celebrities, and it was like such a, I don't know, prestigious. I don't know what the
Yeah.
right word is. Like, opportunity.
It's
So
good for a
people,
resume too, right?
yeah, exactly. So people really wanted to do it. And for me, like I'd already graduated college, so it's
Yeah.
like, and I had a job and all that. So it was like a lot of people didn't understand, like, why would you give that up to go work? Like I get it, but it was like I told my dad, because he's come on board a lot more since then, but he was like, he didn't really like the idea of quitting the job and stuff, and like I told my dad that quitting the job with the salary job and going to ski is like the biggest step I'm taking towards becoming a millionaire. Like that's gonna make me a millionaire quicker than like staying at this small time like radio salary job.
Absolutely.
So I'm not a millionaire, by the way, but like someday, like it's coming, you know.
It could happen. And so it seems
just
like
full disclosure.
It seems like your end result wants to be more of like a mix DJ.
Right. Yeah. So that, cause I always say like I'm trying to build two careers. I have the radio career and then the DJ career, and one day they're gonna like fuse, and they have fused to some extent right now.
With
like I
mix
with the mix show, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then even bigger, like bigger cities, or just even more so.
And what time do you do your mix?
Fridays at 6 and Saturdays at 9 on
Fridays
Hits
at
99.9.
Nice. That's Tyler Hackmiller, T-Hack.
DJ T-Hack, that's
DJ
right.
T-Hack. Sweet.
So
Great.
tomorrow at 6 then.
Yep.
Yeah, tomorrow 6, Saturday at 9.
Take it out Friday at 6. I'll get my car.
Sweet. Bumping on your system.
Huh.
Yeah, so with that, you're mixing like top 40, you said.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to obviously keep up to date with everything that's current. And
Yeah.
obviously what people like. Where are you doing your mix shows at? Outside of Hits 99? Like, are you doing performances?
Yeah. So every Friday, Saturday, I do gigs.
Oh,
like
okay.
DJ gigs,
after
you know?
the radio.
After the radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so
Any big ones coming up, or?
yeah, I'm playing my first. It's in the end of October. I'm playing my first Subsonic Social.
Okay.
I've never played that before. So I'm doing their Halloween one. I've got a big one on the October 29th in Burlington.
Mm-hmm.
I only go there like every once in a while. But I've been doing a residency every Friday at a place called 30 Hop in Iowa City.
Okay.
It's like a rooftop bar.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool. And then starting in October, I'll be at Brothers in Iowa City every Friday night.
Nice.
And then just,
I like Brothers a lot.
yeah, and then just wherever Saturdays. I mean, I'm all over Ames, West Des Moines, downtown.
You should touch base with Rage Life and see what's going on.
Yeah.
But like you said, he's EDM, so it's just different genres.
Yeah.
But Rage Life DJs, I mean, he would do all that kind of stuff. So they don't really. It doesn't matter. But
Yeah, because that's my thing. Is like most of the DJs. It seemed like when I came back, I realized like the EDM scene is real strong here, and I honestly just don't care for it myself,
yeah.
and so I don't play it because I know like to the EDM guys, if I try to play EDM, I'll stick out like the biggest poser. Like they'll be able to tell.
You'll just be playing Panda the whole time.
Yeah.
Mix
Yeah,
it.
or some, I'll be playing like the cheesiest Skrillex song or something and won't even know it, So
Sorry, dude.
so I just try to kind of stay in my own lane. I mean, nothing against like the EDM guys,
No.
but
Yeah.
so I just try to
Just different
stay in my own
personalities
Yeah.
and genres, and yeah, and that's cool. I mean, I like the top 40 mixes just because most of the time, if I do listen to the radio, it's top 40, obviously.
Yeah.
And to hear just different mixes of it and stuff like that are pretty cool.
I want to make sure I listen to the show on
6 o'clock tomorrow, Friday, every Friday and Saturday, 6
Yep.
and 9, right?
6 and 9. Yeah, you can hear them on my Mixcloud too. I'll upload them.
Are you on SoundCloud too?
No, just Mixcloud.
Mixcloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard just like a ton of bad stuff about SoundCloud, like people getting kicked off or DJs getting kicked off. 'Cause,
Really?
Like
Copyrights
copyright
and
stuff. Yeah.
See, that's an interesting. I mean, so obviously on the radio, you don't deal with that
Right.
because you have licensing or
Yeah. I don't know.
legal stuff. Where it's like on YouTube, or if you were to put a mix on, and if it's monetized or anything like that, if you don't own it, you're instantly
Right.
It's flagged.
Yeah. So radio, we kind of have the benefit of people like want their songs to be on the radio.
Right. Yeah.
So like if I took a JRL song and just put it on the radio, like he'd love it. You know,
Right,
he wouldn't
yeah.
sue me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I don't know. Don't quote me, Jay.
Jake.
Yeah.
Jacob Robert.
But it's also hard too
Shout
because
out.
then you can't. I mean, that's kind of the old. Radios just change a lot. Like that used to be, you'd have to track down the DJ and like bribe him to play your song on the radio, and they would and stuff. And now there's just a lot more rules and stuff, hoops you got to jump through to play like a new artist or a local artist and stuff like that. So
Interesting.
yeah, which is annoying because I mean, I get hit up.
All the time, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, being in Des Moines is better than being in like a big city, you know.
Yeah.
But it does happen. It's just hard to explain. Like, I can't just drop in any song. And like, first of all, most guys like don't even make a clean version.
Right.
Like they don't think through or think big enough to think like I'll need an edited version to play on the radio. You know. So that's just step one, and then it's like there's just more hoops and stuff because.
Like that movie Hustle and Flow. He's like, you can't say bitches and hoes on the radio. Like, you got to clean it up.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so program directors are still like getting wined and dined by the record labels all the time and stuff like that. So, if you're not part of that, it's hard to gain clout, which sucks. But
yeah,
I don't know.
It's a lot of money based decisions, and yeah, I'm sure it's. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that your stations have to have just a whole team just to make decisions on what can and can't be played and all that stuff. Jack, you're going to drive me nuts.
Yeah, they have music meetings and stuff where they'll listen to songs and even like big songs of the time, and they'll decide whether they're going to add them to the rotation or not, like whether they fit the particular station.
It's just become amateur hour over here.
Freaking Jack.
So you got a couple big shows coming up for DJing.
Yeah. Well, I'm all over all the time because I mean my only job since I quit the sporting goods store has been the radio and then DJ gigs. So that's what I do, you know, so I'm always playing somewhere.
Doing something.
Yeah.
Always
Trying to make something happen anyways. So
we're just laughing at my dog, Jack. He was in JRL also. Well, cool, man. Did you want to shout out anything coming up for yourself? As far as, like you said, your Subsonic, what was it called?
Subsonic Social, yeah.
He's doing Halloween.
The Halloween one. Yeah. Let's see. I'll be just all over. Like, I'll go to Iowa City tomorrow, and then I'll go to Ames on Saturday. So it's like the rivalry weekend, and I'll be in both. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. So,
Are you a Hawkeye fan since you went to Iowa?
Kinda. Yeah. More so than Iowa State, I'd say.
Yeah.
But
The game's in Iowa City, right?
yeah, it's in Iowa City.
It's always a shit show. I wish I could get.
Yeah. Should be a good game.
Yeah. So I'd say the bet. I mean, since I'm all over all the time, the best place is just probably my Instagram, which is at thackiswhack. It's probably the best.
Black.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have a Facebook page and stuff like that? Obviously.
I don't have like a DJ page.
It's just Tyler Hackenmiller.
Yeah, that's just my normal Tyler Hackenmiller.
Twitter
at thackiswhack.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why. I haven't got around to making a DJ page, and now I don't know. I do everything on Instagram and Twitter, and I like because Facebook.
Everybody's on Instagram.
Yeah,
you know.
When the Facebook just kind of seems like redundant, almost in a way. And I wanted to just change my Facebook name to T-Hack, and it won't let me. Like Facebook names are so messed up. But I didn't even want to have the DJ, just T. period, and have the last name be Hack, and it would not let me.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know. They're really trying to like force me to make a band page or whatever. I don't know. A like page.
You could have that name if you just created a different page.
Yeah. So
silly. Well, cool, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you stopping by Turner Studio.
Of course, man.
Turn Up Iowa Studios.
Thanks for having me.
Sorry for the last 20 minutes or whatever this was.
It's cool seeing a dog. I'm used to my little dogs.
You have 2 Chihuahuas.
Two Chihuahuas, yeah. Well, they're my wife's.
What are their names?
Beamer and Bentley.
Beamer and Bentley. Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my wife named them actually. She drives she does autocross.
Who's Ben's?
Like where they'll set up cones in a parking lot and in their cars.
What car?
She drives a Subaru not a Legacy. What's
Impreza.
Impreza, yeah.
Yeah, I got an STI route side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hers is a stick shift.
Yeah.
Is yours stick shift too?
The STIs only come in stick shift.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The WRX comes in. I think the WRX is only manual
That's
too.
That's the one she wants. We were looking because I just got
Does she have just the Impreza then?
just the Impreza.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, yeah. Tell her once she goes up to one of those two, like me, I'll never buy it. If I ever get another car like that, it'll be an STI. Like that's
Okay.
how freaking balling that car is.
Yeah, I can't even drive a stick.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't drive her car, but
man.
she drives the stick and stuff.
Yeah.
When we just bought the Hyundai and we were out looking for cars
Yeah.
and we went by the Subaru lot
Uh-huh.
and she saw the WRX. It had like the red,
Red one, yeah.
yeah, and it had like red trim leather and like all the stuff. I was like, that looks
The
so,
STI stitched, or the
yeah.
WRX is stitched
and she wanted it, and I was like, that looks so like you're gonna look like a douchebag driving that around. And she was like, no, it's sick, it's sick. And I was
It's an awesome car.
yeah, I
She didn't
forget.
get it,
It
though?
was like it was crazy though. Like it was something. It was like the extreme, like Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift looking car, you know. And it was like, are you kidding me? But yeah,
That's funny. How long has she done that?
for a while. She's younger than me, so she's done it probably like 4 or 5 years.
Dang.
Yeah, her dad did it and her brother
She put
did
you
it.
to shame when it comes to driving then?
Oh yeah, I'm a terrible driver. Yeah, like
That's awesome.
I hate driving in like the rain even and stuff. So
Is she in the Iowa Subaru Club?
I don't know. She's in the.
I'll invite her in one. Because I'm in the Iowa Subaru Club. They just didn't meet yesterday. I was at work, so I couldn't go.
Oh really?
Yeah, they do it every first Wednesday of the month.
So you really are one of those Subaru guys.
Yeah,
I didn't even know about like the Subaru
Yeah.
clan.
Yeah.
I don't know what like the. It's like a gang.
Yeah, no, it's just a group.
Yeah. Well, and
That's
even
all
like.
the Subarus that I like it. They're the coolest, nicest dudes. I've been part of car groups back in the day. In like high school and stuff, I've been part of a bunch of car club groups, and not all of them are great. Like there's the Mustang clubs. Man, they're just they're really annoying and mean. Yeah, like when you like the Subaru guys. Anytime I need help, they're right there. Like,
Really?
oh, try this, this, and this, and then or hey, I know this guy. He knows how to do it. Or hey, like. I had a really, really good experience with these guys. They're great. One of my engine blew like 3 months after I bought the car. 3 months after I bought the car, and so it's fully built now, all bottom end. But it's
Cool.
It's fun.
Well, I just mean even like there's like a Subaru, like a wink and a nod. Like if you see another guy, and even if you're not like in the club,
No,
it's
I
like
saw
you
it
see a
through
Subaru
these.
and you're like hell yeah, like
Yeah.
a Subaru.
Yeah.
You know, it's like an
Like
understanding.
motorcycles
Yeah.
It's like
every
Jeeps
time.
do it too.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
Jeep
because
Wranglers,
it's the
all
same
Jeep
thing
Wranglers
with
do it.
me. Like I have a ton of sneakers. Like I have a ton of Jordan sneakers, and whenever
Yeah.
you see like another guy
Are you a
wearing
sneakerhead?
yeah.
Did you go
yeah.
to the Iowa Soul thing or whatever? That was.
I didn't. No,
Oh,
I didn't hear
yeah,
about
they just
that.
had a big shoe expo.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I would have
days
definitely.
ago.
When I was in California, I went to a Soul Exchange or a Dunk Exchange. I mean, and I did the same thing there as I did with ski. They had kicksonfire.com was there, and I went up and I was like, "You guys looking for writers?" And they're like, "Actually, yeah." And so I wrote a couple articles for kicksonfire.com. Yeah,
Nice.
just I always say, anybody listening, like, just ask.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
don't.
about to say,
It
this
never
guy
hurts to ask.
just-
Like,
Yeah.
because most people are like, "Oh, they won't be," and they walk away.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever.
More afraid of the no or the
Yeah.
rejection than just
Mhm.
asking.
Yeah, like I got like even when I heard back from ski, they said no.
Yeah,
I
like
just-
we don't really want you to
Yeah,
come. I
I
mean,
was
if
like-
you want to, we'll let you.
Yeah.
but yeah.
Exactly. So that's my advice, I guess.
Go
what
for
it's
it.
worth.
Yeah, go for it. Huh. That's awesome, dude.
That's same with JRL. Like, because I was a huge advocate when he was like, "I'm dropping it all." You know, it's like you got it because nobody else will.
Right.
So if you're
Yeah.
the only one that does, like,
Shout out JRL.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have known? Like when I met Jake, I was a sophomore at Iowa, and he was a sophomore too. He was like kind of rapping. I never heard him. Like he was just an English major back then, so he was like more
Creative
into the
writing and- Mhm.
and I wasn't DJing or anything, and like I would have never guessed. Like we've done a couple shows together and stuff. It's just weird. Like we wasted all this time. Like we just didn't know what was gonna become of us.
And then your paths are kind of right where you wanted them to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're the worst producer ever.
on the radio.
Well, cool, man. Again, I want to thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Sorry I said douche so much.
No,
I don't know
that's
why.
all right, man.
Gotta get a count on how many times.
Oh, probably like 4.
That's kind of a lot.
That's all right.
Maybe
I
it's
don't
the
think you said a swear word, though. That's
Yeah, I don't really swear. I'm used to radio, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I know. I felt bad. I was like, gosh, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I really let wild. I said a few douches.
Yeah, this guy. Watch out for this guy over here. Well, cool, man. Check out Tyler Hackenmiller on Star 102.5.
Yep,
8 to midnight, weeknights.
that's right.
Is it like every weeknight? Or,
Yeah,
I
Monday
mean,
through Friday.
Sweet.
Monday through Friday, 8 to midnight, and then Saturdays noon to 6. Hits 99.9.
Is tonight just a one-off then, or?
I recorded tonight ahead of time, so I can.
Oh,
Yeah,
this guy.
I've got some.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've got some leeway.
Sweet.
So and then hits 99.9 every Friday at 6, Saturday at 9. And then for like holidays and stuff, I'll do like mixes at the top every hour or something.
Sweet.
Like 4th of July, Memorial Day, that kind of stuff. So
Very cool.
yeah,
Very
so
cool.
the best way, if you're interested, is probably my Instagram.
Instagram. T-Hack is whack.
At T-Hack is whack.
At T-Hack is whack.
Yeah, Twitter too. So
Sweet. Very cool. Cool, man. I want to thank you again for being here. This is Turn Up Iowa. We had T-Hack, Mr. Tony Romeo. Anything you got going on this weekend? Excited about selling cars?
No, Tom Serga. Tom Serga. If I don't know if I'm even pronouncing the last name right, but he's big on Netflix for comedy show.
Oh, Tom Segura.
Segura, that's it. He's gonna be at the Funny Bone. So
Oh, nice.
I think I might go to that on Friday. And Saturday I have a lot of stuff open, so I don't know.
Oh, cool. You can hang out with me.
Yeah. You know I have a wedding?
Huh?
You know I have a wedding?
I have Puffer Billy days.
What's that? So you can't go out?
It's in Boone. It's
Well, so
this parade.
You can't hang out with me?
Well, you can come to Puffer Billy days.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say. Let's see. Next Saturday, the 17th, I'll be at Cabaret West Glen.
Sweet.
That's like
Nice.
that's the next one that's like in the area.
Sweet.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll
'Cause-
push it.
Yeah, cool. So
Push it. What time you going on, you know?
10.
10.
10, yeah.
10 to 2.
Yeah,
Sweet.
10-ish, I guess. I don't know.
Sweet.
It depends.
Have
So-
you ever done that before?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
About once a month or so.
Cool.
I'll do Cabaret. So
Sweet.
I'm just trying to, because I've been going out of town a lot more, so that's the next local, I guess. I don't know what the demo of your audience is, if it, like local people,
Yeah.
but
Des Moines, West Des Moines,
yeah.
probably.
So West Des Moines, there you go.
Sweet, man. West Cab, 10 o'clock, Saturday the 17th.
That's right.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Cool.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
cool, man. Again, thanks for being here. Nothing coming from Tony Romeo this weekend. He's boring. Looking forward to the Iowa State game and the start of the NFL season. Thanks for listening, everybody. This is Turn Up Iowa. Go Vikings on Sunday. They play the Tennessee Titans and hopefully kick their ass.
That should be good games.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and have a good one. All right. There you have it, everybody. What a great episode, if I do say so myself. Very interesting guy. Tyler Hackenmiller, hard worker. He was all over the place, getting $0, working for free just to follow his dreams. So I really respect that and support that. And it was awesome to just sit down with somebody cool like that. And somebody who's on the radio. So that was pretty cool, too. Remember, guys, check him out at West Cab, Saturday, September 17th. He'll be mixing hits to help you get down on your Saturday night. He'll be on the Subsonic Social Halloween show. And he's on every weeknight from 8 to midnight on Star 102.5. And he has his mix show on Friday night at 6 p.m. and Saturday at 9 p.m. on Hits 999. So be sure to show that busy guy some love on Facebook. He has an Instagram page, so check him out. The links will be at the bottom of the episode on YouTube and the Facebook page. Also, guys, coming up for Turn Up Iowa, I'm super stoked to be joined by a good buddy of mine, Mr. Raytron Lamar, who is coming in to tell us his journey of trying to become an Iowa Barnstormer and join us in my football professional team. So, should be very interesting. I'm looking forward to that one, especially since football season is a-going. And I'll also be joined by a buddy of T-Hacks, who is a talented comedian, Mr. Cliff Antoine. He's a comedian, rapper, actor in the Des Moines area currently. So, looking forward to those episodes, and greatly appreciate you guys listening and liking and subscribing to pages. Again, feel free to like or subscribe to the YouTube page and leave comments, feedback, any interesting interviews that you think I should do for Turn Up Iowa, and I'd greatly appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much, and have a great one.
It's weird to take the headphones off.
With the squeaky toy, that's the greatest part. I'm like, oh, damn it.